Yeah, thanks a lot. Thanks for the invitation. So I'm Renes, I'm from physics. I'm also not quite sure why I was asked to present here because my experiences with Moodle are not so hot, I would say, but I will tell you what happened. So I teach courses for master's students mostly on quantum information theory, which recently has become quite popular. So easily 100 students in the lecture. And basically for Moodle, I mean, I could show you the page, but I'm not sure that it's so insightful. I wanted to replicate the experience of students asking questions in the breaks between the sort of two lecture periods. Well, like the back-to-back 45-minute lecture and then 15-minute break. So in this break or after the lecture. So because of Corona, of course, that wasn't possible. And so I just set up the forum for questions. And after some time, it seemed to get rolling and people asked their questions and we answered them. I mean, that's otherwise no one bothers to read it, right? And towards the end of the semester, it was going along fairly well, and there were questions once or twice per week and several responses and students joining in on the thread and so on. So that was quite good. I didn't do much to cause this to happen. I just said, here's this forum. It's not, I mean, it wasn't anonymous or anything. So yeah, I was fortunate that worked very well. I think the questions, looking back now, the questions were they're probably the questions, the very precise and technical questions that probably the good students, they were not the muddiest, I don't know what's going on kind of comments or questions. Nevertheless, I think that it worked well for correcting. It was, and quite often it was the case that the presentation in the lecture or the lecture notes that we had was just insufficient for the proofs that the students wanted to do or that we had asked them to do, and so for the homework. And so they turned to the forum and made use of that. One thing that I thought was missing in all of that was, for Corona times at least, I don't know if the students do this, but some means for them to chat amongst themselves and not with us, to interact with themselves, amongst themselves. Although from some of the previous comments today, maybe that's not so critical, that the students are happy to ask fairly basic questions in the chat, but that in the forum, but that wasn't actually our experience so far. So yeah, I'm not sure I have much more to add than that about about our Moodle experience. So I taught the course with 3 TAs, and TAs would answer questions sometimes, or I would answer the question, or whoever got to it first, basically. But it wasn't, I think I told the students, well, we'll answer your questions, but it won't be, you know, the same day or anything like that necessarily. So, but it was going fine at that pace. And the volume was something like, or the amount was something, like I said, a few per week. So it was not anybody's full-time job to monitor the forum, even though we do have quite a number of students. Okay, I think I'm probably forgetting something, but that's the main.
Maybe that'll come up in any question. So thanks, Joe,
yes,
for presenting your case. And isn't it interesting how you're selected to be contacted by us to present in the Refresh teaching?